to grandmother's house I go. Hello. How do you do? How does it go? Are you friends with Wolfie by chance? Oh yes, he and I go way back. He taught me how to dance. If being good with a knife is what you call dancing. And for old Red here, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's right. You might think I'm just a kid, but I have learned how to use parts of this forest to defend myself. You have to maintain your health, and like poor Granny, sometimes I get tuckered out on the way through the woods, and I have to eat the good strawberries. It's all right. I'm afraid she may not make a full recovery anyway. And what can I say? I'm such a sucker for Red. It's my name, by the way. You can call me Little Red. RHH, if you're feeling casual. Just Red is fine too. I enjoy that, if we're close. But anyway, not to boast. I'm just here to tell you about all your dreadful misconceptions about fairy tales. Now, you may think that they're all just setting sail on gold ships and ruby cherry red lips and slipping into wonderful twinkling woods. But I'm here to tell you, they're not always all good. Take it from Riding Hood. Yes, Granny made me this before she had to go and get her panties in a twist with someone as vicious as Wolfie. But he didn't stand a chance with me. That's right. 'Cause I know how to put up a fight. He saw me and thought, oh, she's all skipping and no bite. But you see, he was wrong. That just goes to show you, you've always got to take the long way around, so you don't have to go through the dreadful dark parts. Don't want to be going and getting your heart in a box. No, of course not. Do you like my shoes? I got them just to match this lovely hood Granny knitted for me. Oh, gee, it's good to be Little Red. It really is. The stories in this little head. But yes, I'm afraid I must replace some of your glimmering, shimmering understanding of things with some dread, the way things really are. And I've come long and far through the dangerous woods to bring you the goods. So, where shall we start? I suppose at the beginning. It's a good a place as any. Many great stories have started right there, in the beginning. So, happy happy 161 days straight of poetry Teal sent me because of my immense knowledgeability. Is that a word? It's okay. I live in an imaginary wood. So, I don't deal much with coulds and shoulds. Knowledgeability of the fairy folk and the witchy folk. So, I'll poke you and you're listening with it now. This poem today, brought to you all the way from way, way back in the woods, is called Telekinetic Lil Me. Indomitable dominoes, city of woes, temple of transitory temptress traders, mobilizing their vacuum seduction, suctioned to our virility, speciating willy-nilly in a strange new plan. It'll slice through a tin can, the span, the seascape, the sheer weight, like baby it's too late. So grab your guns, you'll be my Clyde. We'll ride like silver screen bandits, just like we late night planned it, taking the heads of gruesome giants, finally compliant with our needs. But meanwhile, back in reality, we peck at the bird seed of cubicled possibility. Frigid sympathies, warm bodies, rigid in mid-plea. Your head, ostrich hid, in tepid solidarity. The fat geese are gone. A big, strong man with his 3-pronged walking stick comes along. Not a lick of better days. Grazing hungry on the bones, propped up on velvet thrones, smirking like we're still at their feet. But we're buzzard picking what's left of their meat. Barren matchstick castles, the hassle of opening your eyes wide enough to catch their bluff. The pure heart snuffed like the snow-white huntsman was a bit more tough and cut the bitch to please the queen. Primping and preening in her golden mirror, the well water clearer when it's full of lonely wishes, and those hopeful hearts are just delicious as a poison apple coating. All them witches gloating at its slippery candy shine. Saves 'em loads of time to take out the pretty young things, while Snow White clings to her chance at a prince, winces at the thought of another night alone, no kingdom to call home. The pure and trusting are prone to lusting after wolves in hero's skin. Thin and fragile, in a red cape, traipsing through the cruel woods, on the way to Grandma's place. Show her a handsome face, and she's ready to go. Basket strewn in the bushes, Granny's goodies pecked by crows. But it don't work so slick in life like it do in fairy lure, where you stick a knife through Wolfie and find Grandma there for sure. The new tales tell us that those sharp jaws can't be beat. The bigger the paws, the quicker to eat you with, my dear, and it's dreadful clear what little shot you got. Your escape plan is an afterthought. And if the gingerbread lady oven stuffs you, sorry, kid, but it's much too hot to think of a quick plan, Johnny on the spot, and trot back on your breadcrumb trail. The new rules say, if all you got is breadcrumbs, son, then you're a fool who's bound to fail. And you'll be a scrumptious supper than just scooped in that old witch's Tupperware before they come looking for you or even begin to care. Can't just let your hair down and wait for Mr. Heroic to get a big manly handful and climb on up. Yes, you'd better be careful whose cup you sip from in these woods. Even the strong-jawed princely types seem like they're up to no good. Little egomaniac, pathological liar boys made out of wood. Maybe we should highlight the morals at the end of our stories. Maybe we should make it a bit more clear that the fair maid with those, oh, no wonder she bade many a man to enact her plans, batting eyelashes, and the sweet, pure heart unfit for just any knave, or the brave fella on the big white horse who fought day and night through troll obstacle courses, dodging poison darts, all to get the girl. Well, they don't always get the glory. There's a reason all the Hans Christian Andersen plots and Grimm's Brothers tales are pared down and edited to leave out the gory parts. I guess there's an art to choosing the shiny, never you mind, everything's just fine, digestible bits. The glitz and musical numbers and being choosy about the original content, removing the bummer parts, makes for more profitable kids' movies. If these childhood treasures stuck to the real story, we'd all be maladjusted and moody. Or more so, I should say. Disney simply wouldn't slay at the box office or rake in all those profits if they, say, left in the bit about the Little Mermaid cutting out her actual whole tongue and being treated like shit, made to sleep on a pillow on the prince's floor like a dog who hasn't learned to sit and stay. I don't think we'd be singing the same catchy tunes today if they kept the parts about the mermaid sisters drowning sailors in a casual and playful way, or each and every step taken in human form causing the mermaid excruciating knife-like pain right up until she was dancing at the prince's wedding day, where he was marrying another chick. Much like the evening news, the information that would truly make you sick is glossed over or cleverly rewritten. Just like a poison apple being bitten is not the worst thing that happened to sweet Snow White. Living with those lonely dwarves was less of a song and dance party and more of an abusive fight to stay alive. Because of an older woman's ingrained insecurity and jealousy, she's constricted with a horrible corset and stabbed with a poison comb. The dwarves revive her when they get home, but she'd still have been much better off alone. When the evil queen is finally dethroned, she doesn't just scurry off to face the unknown. She's made to dance wearing flaming hot iron shoes until it kills her. We're shown the fantasy sequences with frequent singing and bells ringing and bright colors bringing us into the fantasy world. But we're quite thrown off to learn truths, such as those sisters of Cinderella's who wanted to land a prince found that the glass shoe didn't even fit with their toes curled. So they cut off pieces of their feet, because that's how serious it was to never accept the defeat of being an unwed girl. if most little kids were read these stories before bedtime, well, they'd likely hurl. We replaced rapist kings and horror taboo flings with wolves on the bloody bed where Grandma used to lay her head. And jealous queens and witches who are driven by remaining the most beautiful in all the land, and in the face of competition, wish those young bitches dead. With pure-hearted fairies and cover up everything truly scary with singing owls and squirrels. Funny. What a world. So there it is, boys and girls. You may not like it, but it's the way it is. So sometimes you just have to strap your knife to yourself because it's what's good for your health. Silly me, I misplaced my knife tying loop. What a goof. So yes, indeed, sometimes you just have to have an antler carved knife at the ready because the steady stream of catchy jingles and princes who are also handsome singles just doesn't happen. So, you've got to be ready, as I am. Never bring just a picnic basket into the woods. That won't do you any good when things really get interesting. So, I'm off to sing a little song on my merry way along to Granny's. I've taken a liking to the cabin, even after the wolf did some teeth grabbing. I like the place all the same. So I just tell the people in the woods my name, and they don't mess with me. They let me go on and say, "Isn't she a sweet pea?"